Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 18 of September 2023. Essence. Sweet children, the Father's desire is that you children become full destroyers of attachment. When you make this firm promise, Baba, you are mine and I am yours, true love can be forged. Question. What is the main difference between the sacrificial fire created by Rudra Sib Baba and those created by human beings? Answer. Number 1. Whatever sacrificial fires human beings create, they are material sacrificial fires into which they put sesame seeds and grains. This sacrificial fire that the Father has created is an imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge into which the whole of the old world is to be sacrificed. Number 2. Those sacrificial fires continue for a short time, whereas this sacrificial fire will continue until destruction takes place. When you children reach your karmatit stage, this sacrificial fire will end. Song. This is a battle of the strong with the weak. Om Shanti. You children now know that this is called a school as well as the sacrificial fire of knowledge. In terms of a school, an aim and objective is definitely needed. This is a sacrificial fire and also a school. This is the sacrificial fire of knowledge of Rudra that those people copy. They create material sacrificial fires. They pour offerings of sesame seeds and grains into them. They also have another very big type of sacrificial fire which they surround with these scriptures. They do this on a very big piece of land. On one side, they keep the rice, ghee, flour, etc. and on the other side, they place all these scriptures. Whatever scripture you ask for, they will relate something from that, and they will then continue to pour offerings into the sacrificial fire. The Father says, Rudra is my name. They say that God Rudra created a sacrificial fire of knowledge, so that was called a sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra. Just as they named a street Nehru Marg (road) and Nehru Park etc. after Nehru, Rudra is God Shiva. The sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra was created by him. The whole of the old world is to be sacrificed into this sacrificial fire. This would not be in anyone's intellect. It is such a big world and the cities are so far apart. Everything will be sacrificed into this imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge. The old world is definitely to be destroyed and the new world created. Natural calamities also help destruction take place. So this is an imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge of Rudra, in which the horse is sacrificed for receiving sovereignty. Imperishable means that it will continue until destruction takes place. No one else has such a sacrificial fire that continues all the time. At the most, they would make it continue for a month. They also relate the Gita for a month. The Father explains, I have created this sacrificial fire of knowledge. This is the horse that is sacrificed for sovereignty. That is, your chariots have to be sacrificed. They have to be sacrificed. They have given it another name. They sow a sacrificial fire of Dach Prajapita, in which they burn a horse. That is a long story. The Father explains, this is my imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge. It is an imperishable sacrificial fire created by the imperishable one. It isn't that it will continue all the time. This sacrificial fire will continue until the time comes when the whole of the old world is to be sacrificed. The Father is the ocean of knowledge. There are so many scriptures of the path of devotion. The Father is the ocean of knowledge, and so he would surely have new knowledge. The father gives his full introduction, and he also explains how the world cycle turns, through which souls become Trikaldarshi. No one else can give the knowledge of being Trikaldarshi. Firstly, you children have to imbibe this knowledge, and secondly, with the power of yoga, you also have to become conquerors of sinful actions. It takes time for the burdens of sin of many births that are on your heads to be burnt. It has been so many years, and you still haven't become Karmatit. When you reach your Karmatit stage, the sacrificial fire will also end. This is a very important sacrificial fire. You can see signs of how preparations are being made. As you progress further, you will see that even the natural calamities are making their preparations. Sometimes there will be very strong floods, sometimes earthquakes, and sometimes there will be famine. Those people continue to tell lies about how they have made 4-year plans and that there will then be a lot of grain available. But there will also be so many people eating all of that. It wouldn't be just human beings eating it. There will also be locusts and insects, etc. When there are floods, they cause a lot of damage. Those poor people don't know anything. You know that there will definitely be famine, etc. The signs of that are visible. If even a small war takes place, food stops coming in. In the earlier wars, so many steamers were sunk. They caused a lot of damage to one another. The father says this sacrificial fire was also created 5,000 years ago, and you also studied Raj Yoga. A sacrificial fire is created by Brahmin priests. They have written stories about a war in the Gita. They have also mentioned Sanjay. All of that is the paraphernalia of the path of devotion. That too is imperishable. The same paraphernalia will emerge once again on the path of devotion. The Ramayana, etc., and the scriptures that have emerged will emerge again. All the kingdoms that have continued, the British, the Muslim, etc., those who have been and gone will come again. Partition will take place again. You can understand these things. You are number-wise too. Some don't understand anything at all. The father explains how many sacrificial fires are created. You have to explain to them. In fact, that sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra, in which the horse was sacrificed for attaining sovereignty, was created by Rudra, God Shiva, not Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna will receive that same form in the golden age. He cannot receive it at any other time because his name, form, place and time all continue to change. It is not possible that Sri Krishna would come and call himself the purifier. Only the one supreme soul is the purifier. You cannot ask why did he not reveal his form earlier. No, he would not tell you everything at the beginning. You would ask, why did he not give us this knowledge earlier? Why does he not give us the knowledge in just one day? No, he is the ocean of knowledge, and so he will definitely continue to speak it little by little. It isn't that you would study all of that at the same time. You would study number-wise, and this study takes time. This is called an imperishable sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra. This is not written anywhere. In the scriptures, these words are mentioned just for the sake of it. Ancient easy Raj Yoga of Bharat. Acha, ancient means from when? From the beginning. So surely heaven would have been created from this imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge. The father says, I come at the confluence age of every cycle. They have then made a mistake and changed the length of time. They have given the golden age a duration of hundreds of thousands of years. They have told lies. There are 4 parts. There are also 4 equal parts in the swastika. Knowledge and devotion. For half a cycle it is the day knowledge, and for half a cycle it is the night devotion. The reward of knowledge is butter, and the reward of devotion is buttermilk. While gradually falling, some completely die. The new world definitely has to become old. The degrees continue to decrease. This is why this is called a corrupt, vicious world. It is a devilish world. You know that God cannot be found by your doing devotion, etc. People have been doing devotion all the time. It never ends. If they were to find God, their devotion would end. Devotion has to last for half a cycle. All of these things have to be explained to human beings. You should use these pictures to make them see how the world becomes new. The new world is established and the old world is then destroyed. An exhibition, etc., has to be inaugurated by an important person. You have to take their help. They are then also given thanks. Send them a telegram to convey your congratulations. They have such big titles given to them. They have even given themselves the title Sri Sri, the Father. Sri Sri explains the world was elevated and it has now become corrupt. The Father has come to make it elevated once again. They give themselves the name Sri in advance. In fact, Sri Lakshmi and Sri Narayan can only be said to be in the golden age. Kings never used to be given the title Sri. They are called His Highness. Even the kings worship the greatest, His Holiness Lakshmi and Narayan, because they are pure, whereas they themselves are impure. Pure kings are called His Holiness. Now, instead of His Highness, they have given many other titles to everyone. They continue to say Sri Sri. The Unlimited Father is now making you Sri. By using the pictures, you can explain how the new world is established. We are doing the service of making corrupt ones elevated. So please come and carry out the opening. Explain to them that liberation in life in a second has been remembered. Those who explain to them should be very active. They should be very alert. Those of the military remain so tip-top. The name of your children is very great. Shiv Shakti Army. This knowledge is received by weak ones and those with stone intellects. The things here are very wonderful. Look, it is God, the highest on high, and see whom He is teaching. Hunchbacks and those with stone intellects. God speaks, I teach them Raj Yoga. This is fixed in the drama. However, not everyone considers himself to be a sinful soul. The Father says, if you become pure in this final birth, you will receive liberation in life in a second. Many people come. They are amazed by this knowledge. They listen to it. They speak about it. They belong to Baba. Then they fall and leave. This has been happening from the beginning. In the morning, they say that they have firm faith, and in the evening, they would say that they have doubt and that they are leaving because they are unable to continue. The destination is too high. So I am taking leave now. It is destined in the drama. They then divorce the Father. Maya is so powerful that she slaps you while you are moving along. Children say, Baba, tell Maya to become a little gentle. Baba says, I tell Maya to become very hot. The Father says, remain cautious. It should not be that Maya slaps you and you become trapped. You have been asking to live in a household and attain liberation in life like Janak. The Father says, become pure for one worth and you will become the masters of heaven. People love poison, brackets the vices, so much. While moving along, they fall. If the Kumaris don't want to get married, the government cannot do anything. They can explain, why should we become impure, that we would have to become worshippers and bow our heads in front of everyone. If I remain a Kumari, everyone will bow down to me. So why should I not remain worthy of worship? The Unlimited Father says, become pure and worthy of worship. There is just the one examination in Raja Yoga. So many ascend and then fall. Each one plays his or her own part. The results will still be the same as they were in the previous cycle. This is the drama, and we are actors. When you become full destroyers of attachment, full love can be forced with the Father. Baba, I will now remember you alone. I will definitely claim my inheritance from you. You have to make such a promise. Only then will both husband and wife become pure and go to the ashram of heaven. Both will sit on the pyre of knowledge. Many couples will become like that. The tree will then begin to grow very quickly. Acha, to the sweetest beloved long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana number 1, you have to sacrifice everything you have, including your chariot, into this imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge. Remain very, very alert and active for service. No matter how hot Maya is, remain cautious and save yourself from being slapped by her. Don't be afraid. Blessing. May you be a master restorer who has the merciful feelings to finish everyone's problems. No matter what sanskars the souls you come into contact with have, whether they create opposition, whether they create conflict with their natures, whether they are angry or however much they oppose you, your merciful feelings will finish their strongest karmic accounts of many births in a second. Simply let your original and eternal sanskars of a bestower emerge and have merciful feelings, and all problems of the Brahmin family will then finish. Slogan: to transform every soul with your merciful form and drishti is to be a charitable soul. Slogan: to transform every soul with your merciful form and drishti is to be a charitable soul. Om Shanti.